Next topic here on the Cooldown, episode 2, topic number 3. We say we're looking at E3. E3 is literally 1 week away from the time that we're recording the show.
Yes.
And the question is, does eSports have a place at E3? My answer, no.
Well, listen, does eSports have a place in E3? It's hard for me to say no because, I mean, recently I just found out that Arena of Valor is going to be there. Valor. It's Valor. Valor. We'll say AOV. They're going to be there. There's a 550,000 prize pool.
Right.
You know, I mean, they're being hosted. They're going in with ESL.
Yeah.
We're talking about a freaking phone app game. A game that's on the phone. Who would have thought that a game that's on the phone?
Yeah.
When I'm playing when I'm pooping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I literally play a game. It not just makes
Your
a ton of money.
Sessions make so much
but
money.
That's what I'm
yours,
saying.
but the world's.
Not just makes money, but it's actually respected and will be in E3 and have a tournament based around it. And the winners are going to they're going to be advancing to the finals in June.
I don't know if that's respect or if that's just deep pockets.
Listen,
E3 is never about respect.
It's respect. There has to be a
what? Whoa, what?
Because I'll tell you something. If there wasn't people playing this game,
Yeah.
a big amount of people playing this game, it wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, but are they playing? This is not just a mobile game.
iPad, mobile. I'm sorry, it's not PC, Xbox, PlayStation, is what I'm saying.
This is not the one that's on PC.
This is not the one that's on PC. This is either mobile or iPad.
Arena of Valor?
Arena of Valor. Yes.
Sorry, I gotta look this up.
Yes.
I'm thinking of another game then.
I'm telling you right now. I mean, you look at this and you say to yourself, a game that's on the phone is creating this much hype.
Okay, yeah, you need the Android emulator.
Absolutely.
What's the game I'm thinking of?
And we're talking about. Listen, we're talking about a 550. Look at that, 500. Like, I don't get it. $500,000 prize pool for a game that's on a phone, man. Are you kidding me? And the winner gets to advance in the World Cup in Los Angeles in July.
World Cup, though. What is that?
World Cup of MOBAs for
phones?
For phones. That's what I'm saying. We're laughing right now. We're like, what? But at the end of the day, this is happening.
Are you gonna?
This is actually happening. People actually, if
this is
they'll literally stand there. There'll probably be like a table.
That's the thing I'm trying to imagine.
That's what's gonna happen.
Like, we're gonna be like.
So I'll tell you something. I'm a huge fan of Clash Royale. It's a phone app game as well.
I know it, yeah.
Okay. They're also doing really big things. Not prize pools like this, of course. They haven't made that much noise. But when I watch some videos online and some competition, you literally see people. There's a table.
Yeah.
And the guys are
little phone holder too.
Yeah, there's a guy on that side. I got this, and they're standing and they're on the phone and they're playing. And you know what? At first, I'm just like, what is going on?
I can't.
But at the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, if it sells, if people are excited about it, if people like playing it,
buying it?
And if people are, there was a full crowd in there. There was an audience.
I mean, I know there was. Okay, Arena of Valor.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, at E3.
So this is what I was thinking of. It's coming to the Switch.
It is coming to the. Oh, it is?
Yes.
That I didn't know.
Yes.
That I didn't know.
That's why I thought it was on PC, but I just checked. It's not. It was announced for the Switch last year.
Are you sure?
Last year at E3. That's why I looked it up. Tencent will attend its first. Wait, that's not it. Arena of Valor to get Nintendo Switch closed beta 4 days ago.
Okay, because I saw the first one says, but not on Switch.
It's going to E3, but it's not going to be available on Switch at E3. But it's
Got
coming.
it.
It's coming.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting news. So I mean,
last year,
so now it's kind of okay. So now I guess they want to increase their platform. They want to increase the viewership. They want to increase more people playing the game. So they're now tapping into consoles because I consider Switch console, obviously.
It is a console.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, because some people are just like,
no, those people don't count.
Yeah,
they have no opinions.
Like, do you consider the Wii a console? I guess it is. It is. Don't answer that. It is. Has to be.
It is. I could really get into that.
Yeah, but basically, I guess they want to broaden their horizons. So all for it, going to Switch, no problem. But as of right now, it's a phone app game.
Okay, so the question isn't, is esports at E3? Should esports be at E3?
And you're saying no. And at the end of the day, what's E3? Electronic. It's an expo, right? It's a trade expo for video games.
Wait a minute. It's
like an expo. It's basically an expo for video games.
It's turned into an expo, but it used to be a conference for the industry.
Yeah.
So I guess in that definition, yes. When I say no, that's my gut. I'm saying my gut's in my chest.
Yeah.
It's a no.
I mean, it's funny because E3 also pivoted. At first they were just a trade show, and now they became like.
Yeah. So E3 is going through an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it's wants to be anymore.
Yeah. And so that's why you're saying no, because you're one of the guys who just wants to keep it at what it used to be, right?
Well, not even that, because
okay, let me ask you a question. You're going to E3, right? I don't have the
industry.
luxury of going. You're going to E3, right?
Do you want to go to E3?
I like I said, I would love to go, but I can't.
I'm going. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. So hold on. Do you want to go? What you would have offered me right now? Like you have an extra seat or something? No, but I can't go. I have to stay in Toronto.
That's
but
no, I'm going.
so you are going. So
Yes.
when you go, what do you want out of E3? Like you're gonna go and you want to see just what the newest games coming out?
So this is my first year going as a member of the industry to network. I'm going to network.
Okay.
In previous years when I went as media, and I was going there to cover the latest and greatest games, try them out, and share it with my audience for my thoughts and impression.
Okay.
Now, I might be contradicting myself here, because if you define E3 as an industry event, eSports is part of the industry. So
So
if
you're literally taking the battle out of me right now. Like you're not giving me anything to say right now.
So in the traditional sense, eSports belongs in E3.
That's what I'm saying. If it has to be there.
But if you look at what E3 has become, it's not speaking. I would argue with E3 is currently not speaking to the eSports audience, and that's where I'm coming from when I say eSports should not be part of E3, because that is not where its crowd lies.
It should have a little section. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it should have just a section of gaming and competition, because at the end of the day, these video games that are being made, these new video games that are coming out, most of these companies are hoping to access into the esports world. I'm not going to say that people are creating video games, developers are making video games for it to become an esports.
Right.
Right? I'm not saying that, because there's some games that are just... But for the most part, some of these developers are creating the games so it hits esports. So excuse me, why not have esports right there and then?
Right, and this kind of goes back to the first topic of today's show, where esports still feels too drastically different for me as a mainstream gamer. It doesn't jive well. Like, even when I was looking at the video game awards the last 2 years, you've got all like the best game of the year, the best art direction, and all of a sudden it's like the best esports team, and like nobody knows who these teams are. When I say nobody, I'm talking about
the mainstream.
The mainstream gamers, they don't know, and it comes across as so shoehorned, because the two industries don't mesh well together currently, and I would love for it to mesh better.
It's eventually, listen,
it's inevitable.
It's eventually going to mesh.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. It's eventually going to mesh.
It's not inevitable, but
I'm telling you it is, because it's eventually going to mesh, and don't like.
So you agree with me that it's not currently meshing well?
Yeah, of course it's not meshing well, because one is competitive playing, one is casual play. That's what it comes down to, is competitive.
Right.
Esports is all about competitive. It's all about stats. It's all about who's the best at
but
whatever
that's
game.
Like saying I enjoy playing soccer in the backyard, but I don't have any interest in watching soccer because it's competitive. Does that make sense to you?
It does. There's people that don't care for watching like the leagues or watching. I know a lot of people that, I mean, not a lot, but there's a few people out there that play the sports, but don't really care for watch. I mean, you're being tricky right now, because it's a little different when it comes to traditional sports. Most people that play for fun,
right,
deep in their mind, they wish they could become like a guy that golfs, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an example. A guy that golfs,
right,
obviously watches professional golfing on TV and wishes he'll become a professional golfer.
I see where.
But does he really believe he'll ever become one? No. He knows that he's not going to be a Tiger Woods. He plays the game. He enjoys it.
Right.
He watches it on TV. He obviously fantasizes when he goes to sleep at night maybe that he could be the Tiger Woods.
Right.
But in reality, he knows he'll never be the Tiger Woods. When it comes to video games,
not all games are competitive.
Not all games are competitive. Some games are just for fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some games are just, like look at freaking, like, give me a game right now. There's so many out there, man. Like a
non-competitive game like Mario Odyssey.
There you go. There's nothing competitive about that game. It's just for fun.
Yep.
So it's not like he's going to be deterred from watching esports. You know what I mean? Like he's not, he has nothing to do with esports.
What about, would you say speedrun is competitive?
It all depends. I mean, I was going to say right now, it all depends on if you're speedrunning against somebody else, but I guess you can be competitive against yourself.
Against your own score.
Beat your own record, yeah. So, yeah, absolutely.
And this could be a topic for another time, but do you consider speedrunning an esports?
I mean, when you say esports, what is really esports? You're basically
you
saying,
just said it's competitive gaming.
yeah. So it could, if somebody had the balls to put up prize pools
Right.
for beating your own record or for
Right.
being the best at a speed run.
Let's take a note of that. That's a good topic.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Are you kidding me? Why not?
Speed run as esports.
To me, people around the world would start competing to get the best record, the best time. If there was money up, listen. So I'll rephrase myself. It's competitive gaming with prize pools, getting rewarded.
Right. Like, right now it's like, it's charity based.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover this.
There has to definitely be money involved for sure. It's not just for fun.
Yeah.
Because if it's for fun, it's not esports. It's just
right.
regular video games.
Yeah. There's quite a few things to explore in this conversation.
Yeah.
So back to our topic of E3. Should esports be at E3? Should it by the industry standard? Yes, for me. Should it for the current audience it has? I don't know. I don't feel it has.
I feel like
you said a small spot. I can.
I feel like I was just joking when I said that it shouldn't be a small spot. It should definitely be a healthy spot, and I'll tell you why. Because eventually both entities are going to overlap each other.
Yeah.
They're both going to fuse in together. Wherever you have video games, you'll always have the competitive end of things.
Right.
Casual play versus competitive play.
Yeah.
Playing for fun versus playing for money.
Yeah.
So it should definitely be at E3. Yeah. How you want to place it there is up to the people that are designing it.
I just
like you have a play like Valor Arena AOV.
Yeah. I just saw of another thing. This could be another whole topic. So Nintendo did this thing called the Nintendo World Championships in 2015.
Okay.
And I got the chance to attend that, and it was amazing. Are you familiar with it?
No, I'm not familiar with that at all.
Okay, so they brought a bunch of players to play games that they didn't know what they were going to play.
That's actually cool.
And Nintendo would open it up like, oh, now it's going to be who can get through like the World 1 of Mario the fastest. And then they'd pick like whoever had the best times. And then the next game was maybe like Mario Kart, and it was very competitive that way.
That's awesome.
So it was like gamified where there was 8 rounds, and like the losers would go down to like this underworld, and then like one of the losers could actually like have a chance to
loser bracket.
Yeah, loser bracket.
Yeah.
And it was so appealing to to me as a non-esports enthusiast at the time. And that was at E3, and it was so fun. And that goes back to the whole thing of not all games are competitive, because Nintendo showed that you can make all games competitive in a certain angle. And so that's a conversation, but that's also another thing to go against my own point that I would argue that could be esports, because they won a trophy at the end. There's no money involved.
There was no money
There was no
involved.
money.
So
There was a trophy though.
esports.
There was a trophy though.
I guess trophy is still considered. Yeah, so you are winning something. Fine.
Right, and it was film, it was broadcast. Those commentators. It was Smash. It was in there too. It was all Nintendo games. It was a very clever way for Nintendo to kind of showcase their library of games and have fun with it.
Yeah.
But it worked. It was a show. It was entertaining. It was competitive. It was fun. That's my esports at E3. Like that's a good mesh of esports and mainstream gaming.
If there was a prize involved, if they won a trophy,
Yeah.
then sure. That to me is a competition.
Yeah.
Within, I guess, it's just Nintendo games, but it's still a competition. People are still competing against each other.
Yeah.
Or against, like we said, speedrun, self-time. Yeah. You're still battling out.
Yeah.
You're getting a reward for getting first, second, or third.
Right.
That's what esports is all about.
Right. And
so should that be part of E3? I say yes, it should.
And I say yes there too.
Yeah.
And
I even say yes in general. Not even biased. Not even.
So,
it should be. It's part. It's definitely a section off of video games.
Right. So esports has a lot of identities that I'm realizing the more I'm talking to you here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to see how to label esports.
Absolutely.
But let us know, do you guys see esports being at E3? Should esports have a bigger role at E3? Should it have a smaller role at E3? What are your takes on it? It's very interesting because I'm assuming most of you are far more into esports than the casual gamer. So, would you guys like to see more final tournaments leading up to E3, or just leave it as industry and game announcements? Let us know in the comments below.